Thank you so much for being here and for sticking out AWP till almost the very end. Us true story writers, we're diehards. So before we get started, I'd just like to thank the Hippocampus volunteer team who are here today and who have been helping in the booth all weekend. We have Lily and Amy in the back. My husband Kevin, who's the muscle, who's been lugging book boxes all day.
Yep.
And then also Rae, who is our magazine associate editor. And she's also a co-editor of this book, and she helped curate the stories in it, and she just helps the magazine come to life and the book come to life. So you'll hear from Rae in a couple of minutes. But also a big thank you to some folks who aren't present tonight. Essays editor Steph Altieri, Flash editor Wendy Fontaine, and assistant editor, Flash editor Jen Hall. And also to our cover designer, Jean-Marie Merkel, and book layout designer, Tara Kaimi. It takes a lot of people, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to make a book, but a book like this is all about the truths inside of it. And we're so honored to have 7 of the contributors here with us today to help us celebrate by sharing those stories with us. So I want to kick off the reading part by reading a portion of the introduction to Selected Memories, Volume 2, which will give you a little backstory on how all of this came to life. So, it feels like just yesterday when I was sitting in Kirby Hall, one of the most beautiful buildings on the Wilkes University campus, one of many mansions of our former coal barons and bankers, titans of what was once a thriving river city. Our MFA cohort was split into small groups, and we were tasked with coming up with a hypothetical publishing project. I was working with Tara, who I mentioned before, and Vienna Duncan, and the 3 of us decided to concoct a literary journal focused on true stories. I instantly thought of the name Hippocampus, since that's the part of the human brain instrumental in forming memories, and so much of creative nonfiction is about our memories and our recollections. Well, we brainstormed several other names, and we ended up choosing another one for that in-class project. But Hippocampus stuck with me. So I did what anybody else would do in the internet era. I bought that domain name that day. I grabbed the Twitter handle and the Gmail address too. We graduated, time passed. I renewed the annual domain name a couple times, still not sure what would become of it, if anything. In 2010, I was driving to Wilkes-Barre to attend the winter residency, now as an alum. I was busy with my day job in e-commerce marketing, and I was so ashamed that I hadn't been writing. And I was bracing for how I'd reply when people would ask me, "What are you working on?" So in that moment, on that drive to Wilkes-Barre, I committed myself that I would do something, even if it was writing adjacent. I showed up at our evening gathering spot, and sure enough, I was asked the question I was expecting. And I answered with confidence, "I'm launching an online literary magazine dedicated to creative nonfiction." Someone once told me, a former radio boss in the late 90s, that the best way to make something happen is to write it down. So that's what I did. Once I was safely parked, I grabbed a notebook from my purse and jotted down some thoughts in a notebook. And I kept saying it out loud over and over during that alumni weekend. And then I made it real. And Tara and Vienna became involved with Hippocampus, as did many other Wilkes students, both from my cohort and others. And as the magazine grew, the volunteer team expanded. Many former contributors came on board to serve as reading panel members, and later section editors like Rae. And the magazine launched a conference and a micro press, and the community grew and grew and grew. I share this anecdote about having an idea, sitting on it, sitting on it, sitting on it, and then finally not sitting on it, because so many of us writers do that. The draft in the drawer may have since become the draft in a drive, but the idea is still the same. Sometimes the writing comes easy, but often it doesn't. It's not even so much about writer's block. It's about life and how it gets in the way. It's about the world and how it's seemingly always on fire. It's about wondering if we or our words matter. They do. The 31 stories in this anthology show us what can happen when we put those words on the page. Whether this book is the first time you're encountering Hippocampus Magazine, or if you've been reading us for years, I'm grateful for your support, and we are so glad you are here with us. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to Rae, who's going to share a few words too, and then introduce our first reader. Thank you.
Thanks, Donna. Woo. I'll tell you what. What a weekend, huh? How's it been? Are we good? I think we've done great. I think we've done a great job. The fact that we're standing here and smiling, most of us, it's a good sign. I don't know if I could be prouder to be a part of this community. I really don't. I joined Hippocampus as an aimless grad student in 2015, and I never left Donna alone again. And here we are. So if you're here because you know us and you love us already, thank you. If you're here because you found out about us this weekend, thank you. If you are here for literally any reason at all, as long as you love true stories, you are our people, and we love you too. Period. Full stop. So let's get this reading started, shall we? Okay. Do we have Holly Abbey in the house? There she is. Girl, you better get up here. Holly Abbey is a mother of 5 fantastic humans, a cat mom of 3, a pie baker, a dahlia grower, and a creative nonfiction writer. She is Associate Professor of English at Northern Virginia Community College. She has a master's degree from Georgetown and an MFA from Lindenwood University. When she's not mothering, baking, or teaching, you can find her working on her first novel in Hamilton, Virginia. Everybody, please welcome Holly Abbey.